Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Paul McGinley Field to the Tiger Network for our second game of the doubleheader today, SCAC Championship Tournament quarterfinals. This time, though, it's the home team, Trinity University, taking on the visiting University of Dallas Crusaders. I'm Ryan Figert, back for game two. This time, though, joined by Chris Gress. Chris, welcome on.
Hi, Fig. Thanks for having me. Should be a great game. You can tell the atmosphere is filled with tension. You could cut it with a knife.
Yeah, Trinity coming into the quarterfinal game for the first time in their history. They've won this tournament the last 7 times on the bounce since the restructuring of the conference. This time, though, it's a different challenge, having to go through the quarterfinals, having to go through potentially 3 games in 3 days. No team has ever won the tournament after playing in a quarterfinal. Last year we had Southwestern go close, dropping the final hurdle against Trinity in penalty kicks in the final. We'll get the starting lineup for you. First, the visiting University of Dallas Crusaders. Sean Carlin in goal. Chase Reynolds, Nick Vega, Cody Briggs, Patrick Hassan, Thomas DePetris, Chima Aguirre, Hunter Hoogland, Jose Martinez, Jake Buete, and Brady McNamara for the visiting Crusaders. And for Trinity, we'll have Juan Carlos Vidalis in between the 6. That'll be a talking point. No Blake Lieberman today. Also no Quentin Vanderlee, the 2 captains for this Tiger team, both not in the starting lineup in this opening game of the conference tournament. Going forward, though, in the back line, Rodrigo Castillo, J.C. Rule, and Colton Wilbert. On the wings, we expect to see Andrea Cottaspati and Wesley Mitchell. Perhaps Connor Jones in there as well. He's in the lineup for the first time since starting against the University of Dallas in Dallas earlier this season. Midfield of Michael Pham and Lewis McClure. And going forward, looks like Hallenberger and Ethan Moore.
Yeah, and I think, Ryan, this makeshift Trinity Tigers team has something to do with the fact that they're hoping to be playing 3 games this weekend. And, you just need to rest your players in the first game and look forward to the next games.
Absolutely. Certainly a fine line between resting the players and needing to get the win. I asked Coach McGinley, what do you have to do to win 3 games this weekend? We said we have to do 3 things. First one is not lose. Second one is win. And third one is be prepared physically to be playing on Sunday. First 2 slightly redundant, but the second one certainly playing a big role as this one sent forward into the chest of Mitchell. Tigers wearing the all-white kits today, long sleeve moving from right to left. Mitchell motoring forward down the University of Dallas left. He's in behind here. Can he get the shot away? Early doors. Can the Tigers grab the lead? Cottaspati looking to track it down. It's out for a throw-in for the visiting team. University of Dallas wearing the navy kits, moving from left to right. Short sleeves for them on what is a chilly afternoon here. Wind and rain making it a little bit interesting. It'll be a bit of a nightmare for the groundskeeper later on today, trying to keep it fresh for 3 more games this weekend.
I think that opening attack was a sign of the intensity that Trinity is looking to bring to this match, looking to bounce back from their last shock loss to Austin College at home.
And we had Austin College, who advanced into the semifinals just a few minutes ago, defeating Southwestern 1-0. They have now won 2 straight games on this field after beating Trinity, like you said, 2-0 last Sunday. Here's Connor Jones down the wing. That time he's met by the Dallas defender. Now they can bring it away. DePetris in the midfield. Sends it forward to Aguirre. Hoogland making the run in behind. Wilbur needs to track. Steps forward to play the offside line. DePetris was lurking at the back post, though. He's still there. It may fall for Tomas DePetris. He gets the shot away. And it's the safe hands of Juan Carlos Vidalis. First time we've called his name. And there's good reason. He hasn't had much action this season. But when he has, though, still 0 goals against for the sophomore goalkeeper. His only start came against this University of Dallas team in Dallas. As Mitchell looks to get on the end of that, he's not going to let any ball go unchallenged, and he's won inside a corner kick.
And just going back to the goalkeeping situation at Trinity, I think even though it's Juan Carlos Vidalis' first big start in the Trinity colours, he's still safe hands. He's come straight from the IMG Academy, and he's been in big games before, so it's not really a new situation for him.
He's playing in front of a back line of Castillo, Wilbur, and J.C. Rolls. McClure sends this one towards the back post. Cottaspati's there. And it's going to go all the way through. Castillo can't track that one down. So like you said, a mix of familiar faces and a few rotation components for Coach McGinley and Coach Carty. They look to handle this Dallas team today and move forward to a couple more games potentially this weekend. Winner of this one will advance to play Texas Lutheran tomorrow in the second semifinal after the Colorado College against Austin College game. We'll have all of the games for you this weekend on the Tiger Network. Chris and I will be happy to take you through the action as the teams battled out for a chance to move forward into the NCAA postseason. Moore puts it over the top, looking for Hallenberger. Couldn't track that one down. Ethan Moore back on the ball. He's got Connor Jones on the overlap. Jones down the wing. Low cross in. Put behind for another corner kick. No, it's kept in play. Hoogland flicks it on. Aguirre. Battling now with J.C. Rule. Senior against freshman. Tigers' first-year defender does well. Forces him back, but now it's back over the top. Aguirre into the feet of DePetris. Had the chance moments ago. Stung the palms of Juan Carlos Vidalis. Spotty gets in the way of that one. Looks like almost two distinct units for Dallas. The attacking ones come out strong and created a couple of chances already, but the defensive units looked a little bit lax and nearly conceded multiple times. Here's Mitchell again causing problems. He's got Hallenberger looking to get him behind ahead of him. He's also got Connor Jones out to his right. Jones 2 goals against Dallas on the season. This time he gets the cross in towards Hallenberger. It's flicked up in the air though and claimed comfortably by Sean Carlin. Connor Jones continues to be a threat down the right side, as you'd expect. 2 of his goals this season coming against University of Dallas Crusaders, including one on Friday, just over a week ago. This time he does get another low cross in. Is looking for Mitchell. All the Tiger action going down that right side.
Yeah, that's definitely one of Connor Jones' strong points, is getting to the end line, trying to pick out a body in the box. I've had good success from him doing that this season.
Wilbur now, some space coming out of the back line. Tigers still going with the shape they've stuck with since that University of Dallas game in Dallas earlier in the season, with 3 in the back. Looking to get a few more bodies forward into the attack. Aguirre wins this one back for Dallas. Hoogland couldn't hold it up for the Crusaders.
I think it's important for one of these two teams to just settle the ball down and get a good passage of play going if they want to have an impact on this game.
That time Aguirre, some good link-up play from the senior forward. And the Tigers win it back in the midfield area. Plenty of bodies floating forward into the attack. Jacob Hallenberger, he's got runner out to his left. Mitchell ahead of him. Flag's gone up on the far side. Yeah, in the attack for Dallas, you have a couple of second-team all-conference players, and Hunter Hoogland and Chase Reynolds. Reynolds, no stranger to a game against Trinity. Back in 2017, scored and assisted against the Tigers in what was a wild couple of games in the regular season. Both of them finished 3-2 in double overtime, with the away team winning in both, but it was the Tigers who had the last laugh that year. Big 4-0 win in the SCAC tournament final. That one took place in Dallas. Last year, though, a little bit less success from a UD perspective. They went 8-8, 7-6 in conference, and lost in the quarterfinals to TLU 5-1. Luis Green firing at full strength in that one. See him tomorrow. Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Pham gets the ball under control, just outside the center circle. Head up, looks for the pass. Had caught a spotty making the run ahead of him. Instead, it's going the other way now. Tomas DePetris. Good ball into the feet of Hunter Hoogland. Now Aguirre battling with Hallenberger. Aguirre's passed, didn't get enough of it, and the flag at the halfway line felt the effects. Wasn't happy with that pass from himself.
Yeah, and that misplaced pass all comes from the tracking back from Jacob Hallenberger. It's a great bit of defensive cover from him.
No pressure now on J.C. Rule as Dallas hits in a mid-block here. Not going to press, not going to try and stretch themselves thin. At least initially. I feel like once the Tigers get a little bit closer to that halfway line, then the pressure starts to amp up from the away team.
No real need from Dallas to be pressing, as the Trinity, the passing hasn't been great into the final third.
Yeah, and looking at this front line, Jones caught a spotty in the wide areas. Wesley Mitchell up top. What you don't want to do is get caught out and let them get at speed running in behind. That'd certainly be playing into the strengths of some of these Trinity players. Love to get an opportunity to counter, but they rarely do, especially in SCAC play. Good defensive work there from Connor Jones. Finds the feet of Ethan Moore. He's past his defender. No handball, says the referee. It's a good ball over the top for Cottaspotty, but pitch is just playing a little bit quick here, and that one skidded out of play. Be a throw in for Dallas. Coach Hoffman in his 17th season at the helm for the Crusaders. He was previously at Schreiner back when they were in the NAIA. Schreiner, one of the teams on the outside looking in this year, finishing in the cellar of the conference. He's 153, 130, and 22, winningest in program history. Some simple possession here in the back for Trinity, just looking to establish a rhythm. Here's a man that can do just that, Lewis McClure in the midfield.
Yeah, one of his big attributes is the ball over the top and behind. Lewis McClure, you don't want to let him get his head up. He can put the ball on a dime in behind the defense.
McClure, the transfer this year from High Point University D2 school. That time involved in winning it back, and Aguirre puts the skill on. Still, though, the Tigers come away with it. Hallenberger, Moore, and McClure. Now Hallenberger, pocket of space for him, goes forward into Wesley Mitchell, gets the turn on his man. Ball's for Ethan Moore, gets the shot away. Interesting air horn noise coming from somewhere. Not sure really what that was meant to be. First used the buzzer to signal a substitution. Neither team looking to make a change. Either way, we play on. Flicked off the head of Ethan Moore. Good win that time from Cody Briggs for Dallas. Michael Pham selected to the all-conference second team this year. It's been a good first campaign for him. What do you see as some of his strengths in the midfield areas?
You know, he epitomizes the silky smooth ability on the ball. He'll suck a player in and go right past them without too much trouble. Got great passing range, and he always seems to be there to intercept the pass or break up the attack. So I think he's been a great addition for Trinity this year, and in my opinion, hard done by not to be in the first team.
The Tigers had 3 selected into that all-SCAC first team. Of course, have to keep in mind this year, finishing 4th in the conference, not going to have as much representation in terms of individual accolades, but still managed 3. Jacob Gallant, Quentin Vanderlee, and Andre Cottaspotty, only one of which is in the starting 11 today. Tigers without both of their captains in the starting lineup. I think one through rotation, one maybe just through selection.
I think that's a fantastic ball from Colton Wilbur to put Wes in behind there.
Mitchell loses out that time. Ethan Moore tracking back. Ball into the chest area of Hoogland, but I think he's offside. He is. Flag goes up just in front of Coach McGinley. Coach Carty down to our right. Their familiar position as the home team here at Paul McGinley Field. Could have had the interesting scenario tomorrow of Trinity down to our left is the away team playing against TLU as a lower seed if they're able to get through the University of Dallas today. Jones in behind for Hallenberger. It's a well-weighted pass just outside of the reach of the junior midfielder. Comes into this one with 3 goals and 2 assists on the season, following up a sophomore campaign which saw him have 8 assists. Hasn't quite reached the same heights, but he also hasn't had the goal scoring in front of him that the Tigers are used to seeing.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Trinity will be looking to improve coming into this tournament, is the finishing in front of goal. There's been plenty of chances this year, just haven't been able to connect.
Last season had Austin Michaelis and Brady Johnston leading the scoring. Neither of them back for this season. Johnson through injury. Michaelis now playing for the football team as a 5th year on campus. Mitchell now back to goal. Drops it off for Michael Pham at the edge of the box. Hallenberger now looks to return it for Pham. Could fall for the first-year midfielder in the area. scored his first collegiate goal against UD, as did so many Tiger players in that non-conference matchup in Dallas earlier this year. Michaelis, we mentioned, 12 goals, 4 assists last year. Johnston, 9 goals, 4 assists from center back. Those are big misses, not to mention some down years from other players. Hallenberger, one of them, doesn't have the same statistical weight that he had last year. Cottaspati only just reaching his goal tally from last season, is the Tigers' top goal scorer. Connor Jones now on the far side, dinked ball over the top. Chance for Jacob Hallenberger. Now he's at the end line, cuts it onto his left foot. It's the low service away. And Ethan Moore's going to get the volley attempt. May fall for Wesley Mitchell, just at the penalty spot. And shot harmlessly over the bar in the end.
That all comes from the flair of Connor Jones there. A little flick over the UD defender to put in Hallenberger. So
far the Tigers, as you'd expect, dominating possession, creating a few half chances. See 3 shots to 1 so far. You have to say that the Dallas opportunity, probably the best of the game.
Yeah, I think the Petrus will want that one back.
Mitchell putting himself about. It's going to be a throw-in last off of him. Be taken by Chase Reynolds. Reynolds, the right midfielder at times, looks like he's potentially playing as the right back today, behind DePetris. Mentioned some of his numbers across his collegiate career. 4 goals, 4 assists this season and last season, but he had 7 assists as a first year when he was named to the first team All SCAC alongside Hunter Hoogland. That 2017 campaign really set the bar for Dallas. So far, though, they haven't been able to rise to it once again. JC Rule, time on the ball here. Finds Michael Pham again. Dallas happy to sit in at the halfway line. No need to press.
And that's a trademark Colton Wilbur pass.
A second time we've already seen it today. Down the line looking for Mitchell's run.
Yeah, he just opens up his body. Uses that wicked left foot of his to just curve the ball down the line. Hard to defend if it's over your head.
Yeah, and during the week, I talked to Coach Hoffman about that 2017 season and asked, can you recapture that lightning in a bottle this year, somehow make a run in this year's tournament? He said this year there's obviously huge differences in that 2017 campaign. They were the number 2 seed. They were playing at home, and they had the advantage of playing fresh against a team who had just played the day before. This year they are that team that would have to play TLU after a game the day before. They returned quite a few players that went to the SCAC finals that year. Hunter Hoogland and Aguirre, the 2 strikers amongst them, seniors this season. He said at least the majority of the players we have go in knowing that if they put forth their top effort, they at least have a chance to win the match. It was a very honest interview with Coach Hoffman. He was candid with us in some regards, and he also gave us some good insight. We thank him for his time in that, and we'll continue to reference it throughout the broadcast, as well as our discussion with Coach McGinley yesterday. This one put in by Connor Jones into a dangerous area. Mitchell couldn't come across it.
Yeah, it's not a bad ball in, is it really? But it's just really hard to deal with. About hip height.
Both for the defender and the forward, really. With that kind of pace on it. Not in an area where you can get ahead on it. Not really where you want to be sticking a foot at it either. Interesting to see, though. Carlin not taking his own goal kicks. Wonder if that's through injury concerns. He is wearing a decent-sized bandage on that left knee. Jones puts this one down the line for Ethan Moore. Holding off his man. Couple of step overs. Gets his man leaning the other way. Gets the ball in. Low in towards Mitchell. He was trying to reach it with a sliding shot. Can't say he hasn't been involved. He just hasn't had the decisive touch yet 18 minutes into this game. McClure, head up. He's going to drop it back now to Michael Pham. Moore gets under control on the far side. Challenged by Chima Aguirre. Jones, a little bit of a drop of the shoulder, goes towards the end line, and he wins a corner kick.
Yeah, it's a classic Connor Jones move.
Get your defender up in the air and blow past him with the pace. Tiger fans will be excited to see him in the lineup against Dallas. That usually leads to good things. It has this season. 2 goals against the Crusaders already. Looking to add to it here today. Colton Wilbur across to take the corner. It's going to be an in-swinging delivery on the left foot. Said they go short, and they got that one wrong, but it may still fall for a Trinity player. Said they give it away, and it's a throw in the other way. That one, not how they drew it up on the training ground.
Yeah, we've got a few of the more regular Trinity players starting to warm up now. Burns, Vanderlee. They might be looking to come in and make an impact on this game.
Tigers have certainly had the majority of possession, created a few half chances. Coach McGinley, though, feeling maybe he needs to get some of his regulars back involved, get in control of this game on the scoreboard as well as on the field. Here's a good ball across. It was looking for Ethan Moore at the back post, couldn't find him. Pham up to win it, despite the height difference there with DePetris standing at 6'3".
That last build-up was classic Trinity soccer. Good, fluid football, almost leading to a great chance.
It's going to be a throw in here for Dallas. Chase Reynolds sets it down now for Cody Briggs to take. Number 5 for Dallas. So you can see those players warming up on your screen. Plenty of time for McClure. He said he looks for the ball over the top. Here it is. It's onto the chest of Wesley Mitchell. Flag stays down on the far side. And a battle here down in the corner. Just needs to hold up the plays. Got Ethan Moore coming in support. He wins a throw in for his team.
That's the dangerous ball we were talking about with McClure. Always head up, always looking to penetrate in behind.
Caught a spotty now, going towards the end line. Had a pocket of space, but his second touch just too heavy, runs out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Dallas. 20 minutes into this game, you think the Tigers are doing enough?
I think they've definitely got the upper hand in this one, but they haven't looked very ruthless, you know. You don't really think there's a goal coming. I think this was what this upcoming subs could be all about. A bit of attacking flair going forward to apply the finishing touch.
Looks like a line change is on its way. 7 players ready to come to the game 20 minutes into this gun. Certainly be interesting to see if the cohesiveness is there straight away. It's a risk you make in making more than 2 or 3 subs. So everybody's going to have to get up to the pace of the game. There may be a period where Dallas has the upper hand as the Tigers look to settle in. We'll see if this group can grab the lead before they depart. It's going to be a corner kick.
And they'll be looking to do better than the last one.
Coach McGinley doesn't want to make the sub here. He's going to let this group have another opportunity from the corner kick. Yeah, like you said, last one they went short and gave it away with a whimper. Wilbur sets up on the far side. It'll be an in-swinging delivery. Again on the left foot. This time they do put it in towards the back post. Nobody there, though, in a white uniform. Castillo head up. He's going to drop it back to Pham. Plenty of time for the first-year midfielder to arc a ball over the top. It's an excellent angle on the pass.
It's a brilliant ball in from Michael Pham. As I was saying earlier, he's got all the characteristics of a centre midfielder. Just Hallenberger not able to apply the finishing touch, and that's what I think is missing for the Tigers team. It's a golden chance.
Yep, Sean Carlin was at the mercy of Hallenberger there, and now the subs do come in.
I think the one to watch from this this group of subs is definitely, for me, Jack Downs. I think he's got solid technique that could be crucial to unlocking this Dallas defence.
Yeah, also onto the field, Josh Davis on the far side. He scored a couple of goals in the SCAC matchup with the Crusaders. His first 2 collegiate goals came in that game against UD. See the holdovers from the first group. Looks like Wilbur now playing a different position on the left. JC Rule also shifting into center of the defense.
Another interesting decision by Coach McGinley here is Diego Gonzalez at the central midfield role alongside Quentin Vanderlee. He hasn't seen the minutes that he'd like to have seen this year, but he's definitely got probably arguably some of the best technique on the team, I'd say, and that could be part of the reasoning is just adding a bit of quality in the final third.
Yeah, especially the dead ball situations. You bring on both him and Fraser Burns, two of the best in the squad, from free kick, corners, getting the service right, getting the shots on goal.
They don't want to be giving away free kicks like this, though. This is a good opportunity for Dallas to get the ball into the box.
Been sent forward towards the edge of the box, flicked on by Chima Aguirre. JC Rule sends it back to the halfway line. Again, just launched forward. Dallas have had really one good opportunity, and it came through a counterattack that they played a decent run of play. Found DePetris in space and forced the save out of JC Vidalis. Since then, though, it's been sitting back and hoping to get the long ball over the top. They'll have a throw in now on the far side. Crowd starts to grow a little bit. Certainly not the weather you want to be sitting out in. Not to mention classes going on here on campus on Friday. I expect as the weekend goes on, as long as Trinity does their job, the fans will start to take notice. Could be in for a nice crowd on the weekend. Got to do the job here first, though. Tigers defeated Dallas twice this season. 6-0 away, 5-1 here at McGinley Field last weekend. So far, though, nothing by way of goals, about a quarter way through this game.
Yeah, and I think elimination play is completely different than league play. I think once you add that extra pressure, you've got to just disregard the scores from earlier in the year, and it's a fresh start, really.
And even going beyond that, I talked to Coach McGinley during the week about, you've beaten this team twice. What does that mean? Does that give you confidence? He said, where you say confidence, I say potentially complacency. It's a chance here for the Tigers going the other way. Phil Joyny is on the dribble. He's got Vanderlee motoring forward, but wasn't very inventive. And the Dallas defender read it all the way. Easy for Brady McNamara. Going back to that point from Coach McGinley, though, he pointed to the Austin College game on Sunday as a potential point of complacency that showed through in his team's performance in the 2-0 loss. So I said, you could look at it as confidence, but if you take the team for granted, then it becomes complacency, and that can become a loss very quickly, as we saw last weekend. I think there's been enough wake-up calls, though, for this Trinity team to realize that every game is going to be a struggle. Certainly don't expect to walk over any team the way this year's going. Islam now towards the halfway line. Ball into the feet of Joynes. Gets it under control on a second touch and goes back to Islam. On the opening goal against Dallas last Friday.
Yeah, I'm on Islam. Not the tallest of centre-backs, but definitely one of the best aerial threats in the league, I would say. There's something about him that gives him hops like a salmon to get to that football.
Vanderlee, ball sprays the play out wide now for Davis. Dropped off to Islam, wearing the neon gloves. Quite a few of the Tiger players sporting the gloves. Here's what a run from Fraser Burns, and if he could have applied the finishing touch. Caught me off guard as well as he weaved between the defenders. Josh Davis now picks it up on the far side. Look at that run through 1, through 2, through 3 defenders. It's not the first time with Fraser Burns we've seen the quality. We just haven't seen the finish this year. Kyle Davis goes back to Rule as the slow, steady raindrops continue to fall. not really affecting the play, but I think as the weekend wears on, it'll start to affect the field. You can already see decently torn up just after one game of 5. This one put in behind for Wilbur. He's going to try and track it down. Cody Briggs gets there ahead of him.
Yeah, I think the field's going to play a major factor as the weekend draws on. It's only going to get worse, I'm afraid.
Again, possession here for the Tiger back line. No pressure coming from Dallas. Gonzalez looks to get on the end of it, but it's given away there by Islam. DePetris leading the attack here, 3 forward for Dallas. We to put it in behind for Aguirre, and they just didn't quite get on the same wavelength there. Now the Tigers bring it the other way. 6 in the attack for Trinity. And the forward pass from Vanderlee. Go all the way through to Sean Carlin. Gonzalez wins the header off the punt from Carlin. Burns wins it back from Dallas. Now, can he unlock this defense from the Crusaders? So far has stood strong. This man was able to do so twice against them on Friday. Not that time. Davis throwing down the line for Dueñas. Footwork from Dueñas, drops it off again to Josh Davis. Looks to use his pace to get past his man, get the cross away. Overhit over everybody's head. It'll be a battle to try and track it down. Wilbur does extremely well to win it back. In the end, though, he's given it away to Chase Reynolds. You have to say, though, the effort winning possession back from Wilbur there. It's the little things that sometimes will get you through these tough games. Burns now to Jack Downs, looking to combine. Out wide for Wilbur, space for him to get his head up. Sent into the area and then hammered clear that time from Cody Briggs. You've called his name really more than anyone so far in a Dallas shirt. Vanderlee into the feet of Burns, around the corner for Davis. And Davis loses out there. You don't really see him losing physical battles like he did that time.
Yeah, prides himself on his physique.
Aguirre looks for the ball over the top. It's a good darting run in behind J.C. Rule. He had to measure that header correctly, and he did so with Tomas DePetris lurking in behind him.
Yeah, and that just 1 minute spell shows the differing tactics of the two teams. Trinity taking their time to build the ball up, and then UD looking for that ball in behind.
Diego Gonzalez out to Arman Islam. Down the line now for Burns. Good ball in towards the back post, overhit though. Saw the idea, and you saw the run from Phil Dueñas. Two didn't connect, and there'll be a sub for Dallas now. Not Kajiwara.
Number 10, Kajiwara.
He comes into the game for Chima Aguirre. Aguirre, part of an experienced front line for the University of Dallas. I asked Coach Hoffman how that plays into his team success this year between both Aguirre and Hoogland. He said they provide a lot of experience for us up top. They lead us in goals this year and have also played in a number of playoff matches across their career. You credit them for leadership in general. Hunter Hoogland's our team captain. Chima's personality adds a lot to the attitude of the team from day to day. Insight there from the Dallas coach on his senior forwards. As I say, if anybody's going to grab a goal for the Crusaders and maybe take a shock lead here at Paul McGinley Field, it'd be one of them. Solid passage of play here through the Trinity midfield. Can they advance it into the Dallas half? Here is Burns crossing the halfway line, head up. Puts it wide for Vanderlee. Vanderlee now wide for Davis. He's got his defender backpedaling. He tries to go towards the end line and wins a corner kick.
Trinity needs to take advantage of one of these corners.
It's a point of emphasis for the team, for the coaching staff, especially early on in the season, trying to add goals from corner kicks. We've seen quite a few, to be fair, throughout the season. Can they grab a decisive moment here off of the left foot of Colton Wilbur? This is into a dangerous area. Islam rises to meet it. You saw how high he rises to reach it. That time his header went just as high.
Yeah, I think a bit of lack of communication there between Islam and Davis. Just getting in each other's way.
Patrick Hassan going to take the goal kick here. Sean Carlin, arms crossed to his left. Chase Reynolds puts it down the line, looking for Hoogland, battling now with Kyle Davis. Bit of experience there from the senior forward to win the free kick against the Tigers sophomore.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily a free kick for me, but it's tough for the referee not to give it.
Yeah, 8 goals, 3 assists this season for Hoogland. He's been the offense so far for Dallas in 2019. Saw the idea that time on the ball in from Cody Briggs, but he didn't beat the first man. Here's Wilbur looking to put the ball into the channel for Phil Joyny. As he's in behind, he's just going to have to try and beat the ball to the end line. And eventually Briggs is the one that tracks it down. It's going to be a Trinity throw. Tigers still equal with the University of Dallas in shots on goal so far. Here's a chance though. Joynes flashes that one wide. Looks like it was headed out for a throw-in in the end. Burns linking the play, but the sophomore striker couldn't send it goalwards. 5 goals, 2 assists after Joynes has had a tough go in his first campaign under Coach Paul McGinley, not scoring despite seeing the field quite a bit. His goals have been important. You remember the first half hat trick against Schreiner. And then the Tigers were able to cruise to victory against the Mountaineers. The question still remains though, can he rise to the occasion and score in a big moment for Trinity? I think we'll have a few opportunities to see this weekend. Davis now, linking up with Jack Downs on the edge of the area. Back out to Josh Davis. Josh Davis skips inside his man. Can he get the left-footed shot away? Still dribbling forward. And now he's going to pop up on the left side, all the way across the field. Good defending that time from Nick Vega.
Yeah, great defending from all the UD players there. Not diving in, keeping the player in front of them.
They're going to win the throw-in as well. You can say it deflected last off of Wilbur. So Cody Briggs to take. Sends it in. Here's Hoogland on the dribble, running at the Tigers' back line. J.C. Rule coming across to try and deal with it. Hoogland's cut in onto his right foot. Can he get the shot away? It's a drive towards Juan Carlos Vidales. And Vidales makes no mistake there. Safe hands from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, comfortable for Vidales. He's not going to be too worried about that one.
That shows you, though, what Hoogland can do. He created that one really all by himself. He got the ball 30 yards from goal on the dribble. Created a decent look.
Draw! Get inside! Draw!
Diego Gonzalez, head up here. Goes back to Islam. Just at the halfway line now. Ball into the feet of Fraser Burns. Gonzalez now to Downs, edge of the area. Drops it off for Vanderlee. Leaves it short, though, of the junior midfielder. He's got it back on the far side. Goes past his man. Can he get the cross in? Wins a corner. This will be the Tigers' 6th corner kick. Yet to really get a good look at goal. From one of these restarts. See if they opt to just put this one in or maybe go short. Burns trots out towards Wilbur. It's sent in towards the back post. Islam up to win it. Tigers can't grab the second ball though, and now Dallas goes the other way with Kajiwara. And Kajiwara lays it off. He's got the ball back down the right side, but it runs out of play before he can reach it. Davis goes all the way back to Vidalis, who's had 2 saves to make so far against the Crusaders. We're set to make 2 subs here momentarily. Davis forward into Jack Downs. Felt the pressure coming there into his back, and he won the free kick.
Good bit of experience there from Jack Downs, the Sheffield, England native. Just using his body to invite the pressure.
Islam, Rule, Wilbur all forward from the back line. It's going to be sent in by Gonzalez. Good angle delivery, and Dueña is going for the overhead kick. One of the spectacular. Wasn't the worst effort you've seen.
No, it was incredibly difficult to do and not bad.
Number 2, Jose Salinas Arreola, and number 14, Carlos Trevino.
The Salinas, number 2 for Dallas, into the game, as well as Carlos Trevino, number 14. Looking to see this half out. We'll get one last look at that attempt from Dueña, as we didn't have any other option besides going for the overhead. And eventually here, back in real time. Free kick goes against the Crusaders.
Dallas not happy about the series of refereeing decisions. They felt they should have had a handball before. And I have to agree with them, to be quite honest.
Kyle Davis in the back line. We've seen a lot of possession for Trinity with the 3 center backs, both with the first and second group of players. Need to create that offensive firepower that can come from the back, can come from playing out of the back, but so far though, there just hasn't been the urgency going forward the Tiger fans would have hoped to see in Trinity's first ever SCAC tournament quarterfinal game. Tactical foul there given away by the substitute. Salinas lost the ball to Kyle Davis, brought him down. Vanderlee time in the midfield to get his head up. Goes wide now for Burns. Pocket of space for the Scottish midfielder. Goes forward to Dueñas, dealing with the pressure of the center back there from Dallas. Forced to go back. Vanderlee wants the ball over the top, looking for Josh Davis. Could he go up and win it? He does, but he just doesn't get the power on the header.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to deal with, really, because he's too far from goal to get enough power on it from the header, but he can't really bring it out of the air, so.
Got caught between the two there and just sent a comfortable header into the arms of Sean Carlin. Three and a half minutes to go in the first half. Tigers actually trail on shots on goal. They've had 6 in total. Only 1 is forced to save out of Carlin. Burns drops that one back to J.C. Rule. Ahead to Jack Downs.
Great touch.
He's driving forward. He's got the ball through. Excellently weighted pass to Dueñas. Can it be laid off to a teammate? It's wide now for Josh Davis. Dallas defender goes to ground in the area. It's dinked in towards the back post off the head of Burns. Still not cleared. Carlin gets a punch to it. And now Wilbur has it down inside the box. And it's come to the top of the box for Jack Downs. And he just didn't know that a defender was coming to meet him. Carlos Trevino comes and pokes it away. Josh Davis, though, still leading the attack for Trinity. Gets the shot away. And what a save there from Sean Carlin, if indeed it was.
Yeah, it's a great effort from Davis. Sucks them in, and that is arrowing from the bottom left corner. What a save.
Just got the fingertips to it. And that was spectacular there from Carlin. Tigers continue to have goalkeepers just perform out of their skin here at Paul McGinley Field. Carlin the latest. There's Burns now. In swinging service on the right foot towards the back post. Excellent delivery. Carlin couldn't reach it. And Gonzalez has it towards the empty net. And it's headed off the line. Still not cleared though. Dueñez back towards goal. It's dropped off to Burns again in the corner. His service is deflected. And eventually Dallas does get it clear. Tigers pressure is mounting. When the clock is running down here, Dallas will look to get to halftime. Still even. We'll get a look at the clearance off the line.
A flurry of chances here for Trinity to end the half. They'll be looking to capitalise on one. It'll be a crucial goal in this game if they get one before half-time.
Brady McNamara, the one that got it off the line. He was in the All-SCAC honorable mention group. Saw with that type of defending why. It's wide now for Josh Davis. Minute and a half to go. Sent into the area. Burns.
Great ball in, but just a great bit of defending.
Burns beaten to it there by Cody Briggs. We're going to get the 1 minute call here as the Tigers continue to push forward. Josh Davis, the ball into the feet of Jack Downs. Going to get the shot away. Palmed aside by Sean Carlin. Another throw in now in the attacking area. Dueñez, good ball in once again. This one towards Wilbur. Headed clear this time by Patrick Hassan. Dallas holding on here by the skin of their teeth, trying to get to halftime. Still scoreless.
Yeah, barrage from the Trinity attack here.
Tigers won't want the halftime buzzer to come. As it's headed down, Josh Davis picks up the second ball. Still may fall for the Tigers senior. Puts it out to Dueñez, dropped off to Fraser Burns. 20 seconds left in the half. Burns cuts in onto his right foot. Can't get the space that he needed to get the shot away. It'll be one last chance, maybe. The Tigers just send it forward. They've got it wide now with Wilbert down the line for Dueñez. Left-footed ball comes across. Carlin has to claim, and he does well. And we head into the break. At 0-0, Dallas holds on after a flurry of chances late in the first half. You see 9 shots for on goal, quite a few of those coming in the last couple of minutes. We'll be right back with you after a 15-minute break for the second half of play. University of Dallas and Trinity in the SCAC Championship Tournament. You're watching the Tiger Network. Welcome back for the second half of play here as the two teams line up. During our interview this week, Coach McGinley characterized this regular season as a struggle from start to finish. I think in the first half you could characterize it as a struggle to finish. The chances were there for the Tigers, especially late on in the final couple of minutes, but we still find ourselves scoreless between the University of Dallas Crusaders and Trinity University Tigers here at Paul McGinley Field. Once again, Ryan Figert joined by Chris Gress on the call for the second half of action. Chris, what do you think needs to improve for the two sides heading into the second half of play?
Well, I mean, for Trinity, I think you've already knocked it on its head. They've been creating good chances, just need to finish, don't they, really? And then for the UD side, I don't know, I'd say, I mean, their game plan is the long ball in behind, but if I was them, I'd like a bit more of a foot on the ball. Defensively, they've been quite strong, haven't allowed too many good chances. Just relying on their forwards to make something happen up front.
Again, the revolving door in midfield, third partnership that we've seen already in this game. This time it's Jake Simon and first-year midfielder Jared Olson in the engine room for Coach McGinley to come out in the second half. Ethan Moore, Fraser Burns ahead of them, and Cottaspotty leads the line. It's been plenty of rotation. Looks like Hallenberger on the left side now ahead of the back three of Castillo, Rule, and Wilbert. 11 rounded out by Vidalis in goal and Jack Downs out on this right side. Very attacking lineup coming out. Sometimes you see the likes of Wilbur, Josh Davis, who are traditional fullbacks playing in the wide areas. Right now it's traditional wingers as the Tigers look to establish themselves in the second half. Burns going to take the throw in just in front of the Trinity bench. Cottaspotty looking to cut inside. Gets the ball in towards the back post. Hallenberger's there. Can he get it under control? Sends it back across. Probably elected correctly there just to put it in for a teammate. Couldn't pick out anyone in particular, though. Tigers keep possession. Down the line now with Burns. Great ball in from Burns. Comes off the head of Cottaspotty for Jack Downs off the post. He got the technique perfect there. And the post came to the aid of the Crusaders.
Wow, what an effort that was from Jack Downs. He was my player to watch coming in from the subs. And wow, great technique. Just a couple of inches away from putting them in the lead.
Just a couple of minutes in. Tigers come as close as they have in the game as a whole. They also had an excellent save from Sean Carlin in the first half. They kept the Tigers from taking the lead. Now it's Ethan Moore on the left side. Step over, cuts inside with the right foot. Would have fooled fans at the other end as it looked like it was in the back of the net. It was on the wrong side as it flashed over the goal. Based off the conversation to our left, looks like it fooled a couple of players from the Dallas bench. See how close it was from inside the goal. See, he's aiming for that top corner. That one sent clear by Nick Vega. Aguirre wins the header. Uglin trying to get on the end of it. Burns, good turn in the midfield, drops it back to Castillo. Head up for Castillo. Back to Burns. Scotsman plays it wide for Downs. Excellent build-up play here from Trinity. Can they capitalize? As Cottaspotty looks to cut it onto his left foot. Gets the shot away. Didn't get enough behind it, though.
Yeah, that's trademark liquid football there from Trinity. The dummy from Moore, or Cottaspotty, I mean, and back to Moore.
That's the type of offensive play that the Tigers are going to need to unlock this Dallas defense. Going the other way, though, can the Crusaders create an opportunity with their two strikers? Not that time. Cottaspotty can't get the first touch right. And I think the elbow or the shoulder maybe came up, as did the ball off of his first touch. Brady McNamara draws the foul for UD. Center official Masood Rossi not having any of the protest there from Cottaspotty, who just turned his back, and with him being up in the air, I think the elbow catches McNamara. And thus we have this opportunity for Dallas to send it forward. get some air underneath it. Not a ton of distance, though. Burns with a solid header. Flicked out wide now to Hallenberger. Caught a spot he wants to get in behind. See if the weight on the pass is correct. It was decent, but again, Vega coming across to cut it out. Hallenberger going to take the throw here just in front of a group of Trinity students there in attendance. Looks like some of the team not dressed out for the game there as well on the front row. Excellent ball in from Moore. Just a little bit too much air underneath it. Made it comfortable there for Sean Carlin. He's going to roll it out for Dallas. Some space. The ball to be brought forward by Hassan. That space he's going to use just to send it over the top. Now Dallas looks to pin Trinity back into their own half. That one flicked off the head of Burns. Rossi says play on, no handball. We might have to take a look at that one on the replay. Suddenly looked like the hand came out there from Moore to block the ball going the other way.
Yeah, there would have been a few disgruntled arguments there if that had gone in the back of the net.
Now it's Aguirre going the other way, 1 against 1 with JC. We're going to have a strike from distance. Vidalis has something to do for the first time in the second half.
Again, it's comfortable for Vidalis, really. Hasn't troubled him too much.
Here's a look at that potential handball. Yeah, certainly off the left wrist for Moore. Didn't lead to anything, though, in the end. So inconsequential. Simon that time spreads it wide for Wilbur. Head up. Down the line for Ethan Moore. Good piece of skill from him. Aguirre wouldn't have appreciated that. Tiger fans did. That time, though, Ethan Moore loses out. One back by Jake Simon. Sophomore midfielder from Menlo Park, California. Getting his opportunity here in tournament play. Tigers using their whole roster in this first game. Some put down the line for Jack Downs. He's in a foot race that time with Jake Boyd. And Boyd puts it out.
Yeah, the incoming Jake Simon, the epitome of a player who does the little things right. Not necessarily your most flashy player, but always gives in a solid performance and can be relied on.
Tigers going to be taking their 8th corner of the game here with Wilbur. Burns also hanging around maybe to get the short one. Instead it's sent into the area. Ethan Moore gets the first touch. Knocked down for the drive, I believe, from Castillo. Still alive for the Tigers. Jake Simon made sure of that. Now it's the chance for Dallas going the other way. A couple of numbers in the attack. Can Hoogland get beyond Jared Olson? He can, but Fraser Burns stayed focused there, stayed to his task. It's easy to switch off, and then Hoogland's in one-on-one. The Scottish midfielder finished out the play that time, and if he hadn't, the Tigers may have been in big trouble. Reynolds with the sliding challenge, puts that one out for a throw-in on the far side. Wilbur takes into the feet of Hallenberger. First touch popped up on him, and because of that, his pass was equally errant.
For the Crusaders, number 19,
Carlos Scarmardo into the game now for Jake Boyd. Looks like a little bit of a reshuffle as well. Sends DePetris to left back. Been playing striker so far for the opening 55 minutes or so. Ethan Moore whistled for a foul against McNamara. Excuse me, referee's pointing the other way.
Yeah, I think that's going over the top of Ethan Moore there. He stands his ground.
I think that's one that you can just let go.
Yeah,
Really?
there's not much in that for me, but I don't know why University Dallas are complaining. Moore's not done anything wrong there.
And it resulted in a yellow card. I didn't see if it was for...
I think it was for dissent for one of the UD players.
See if we get a number confirmation on who the yellow card went to. We'll work on that one for you as the Tigers go short here from the free kick. Dropped off to Castillo. Tigers just keeping possession now, again with the back line. Looks like McNamara was given the foul, who committed the foul, was also given the yellow card for his protests. Castillo into the feet of Kataspati. Tried to turn, couldn't, and Olsen gets it under control. That time, though, he loses out to Chimegueri going the other way. Chimegueri running at pace. Olsen does well.
That's a terrible decision from the referee. He's won the whole ball.
Yeah, you can probably hear Coach Carty over the microphone. And it is a slide tackle coming in from behind, and if you make contact, then it can be a foul very easily, but you can see from that replay, only contact he made was poking the ball beyond Agueri's run.
That's a terrible decision from the referee, in my opinion.
Sid Rossi involved in a couple of controversial moments here in the last few minutes. Give the chance for Reynolds to float this one in towards the back post. And there'll be another chance for Dallas, corner kick. If something comes of this corner, you have to say you'll point back to that free kick as a moment of contention. We've had a few of them with referees this season here at Paul McGinley Field. Undoubtedly. Chase Reynolds again across to take. It'll be an out-swinging delivery with the right foot. Left arm raised. The junior sends it towards the top of the box. Looked like maybe he was looking to set up McNamara, who's positioned there, but Tigers rushed out to meet it. Good footwork, though, from Reynolds on the far side. Couple of players lurking at the back post for Dallas.
It's an important win from Castillo. They were lining up to put it in at the back post.
DePetris now trying to come forward. Loses out, though. Castillo's pass can't connect with Burns on the far side, and it's back with Chase Reynolds for Dallas. Reynolds feeling himself on the dribble here. Can't get past a couple of Tiger players, though. Big throw there from the Dallas player. Saw plenty of that with Southwestern in the first game of today's quarterfinal doubleheader. But that's the last we'll see of that, as they fell to Austin College in our earlier game, 1-0. The Roos moving on to face Colorado College tomorrow in our first semifinal. Winner of today's game will go on to face the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, number 2 seed in this year's tournament. The second game tomorrow. Final on Sunday. All games here for you on the Tiger Network this weekend. Will Trinity play any further part, or will their run be halted here early on by Dallas? Still scoreless. As Burns put this one over the top for Kataspati. Flag stays down. Can Kataspati get onto his favored left foot? It's 1-against-1 here with the defender. Does get onto that left foot. Gets the shot away. Forces the save out of Carlin at his near post.
Yeah, Kataspati just not getting all of that.
First time he's really had some space in behind to run into. See some good footwork, creates the space that he wants, but the shot just lacked conviction, really. DePetris pokes that one out for the throw.
Get away, it's white ball, Get away.
Castillo to Jack Downs. Took an extra touch there instead of bringing it down. Flicked it up onto the head. Lost out, but it goes back to Tiger back line. Simon, chance to get his head up. Just glided past one, but McNamara came across and took him off the ball. And now a chance for Dallas going the other way. Chase Reynolds on the far side. A couple of players forward in the box. If you can get the service away towards the back post. Hoogland's there. And Vidal sent sprawling backwards as it came off the bar.
Yeah, that was a really tricky ball into Judge. Almost a cross shot.
Chimegueri is going to depart. now in favor of Carlos Trevino. That's the closest that Dallas have come. Now both teams have hit the woodwork. I think in response to that, in the last few minutes or so, just a couple of chances for Dallas. Jacob Golan set to come in alongside a few other of the Trinity regulars. Be the first time we see Golan in this year's tournament.
Looks like the two centre midfielders will be coming out.
The revolving door keeps spinning. Olsen out to Castillo. Jack Downs keeps the ball in play. Ball into the feet of Burns on the turn now. Good line breaking pass there from Fraser Burns out wide to Downs. Gets in and behind for Kataspati. Can he get the service away? 1-against-1 now with his defender. Left foot across. That time cut out by Patrick Hassan. Stay with Trinity for the throw, and the 4 subs will come in. 2 center mids as we expected out for the preferred duo, Vanderlee and Michael Pham. Jacob Galan and Wesley Mitchell, the other 2 subs. Mitchell getting final instruction here from Coach McGinley.
Yeah, and it looks like Rodrigo Castillo is going to push up from centre back to right wing back. Going to try and use his pace to get in behind.
He'll be the one to take this throw.
And Kataspati out to the left.
Stand him up! Stand him up!
Burns now inside the box on the turn, gets the service away. It's too close to the goalkeeper though. And a few times, especially in the second half, where you think they finally created the space that they so desire in the attacking third, and then the shot of the cross just isn't up to standard.
Yeah, you've got to think 1 goal in this game might be enough for either team.
Yeah, it was in the first quarterfinal. A goal on the stroke of halftime for the Kangaroos stood up and was the winning goal. Has a very similar feel here. Tournament play. This is like that. Now Castillo down the line. Again, into the body of Sean Carlin. You can really see 2 different types of games in a tournament, the way I see it at least. You can have a cagey game like we've had now twice today, or you can have a very open game with the 2 teams forced into going for it, maybe by an early goal. And you see end-to-end stuff. It's certainly been one-sided in this one. Be interested to see with both TOU and Colorado College playing tomorrow. Those semifinals will shape up. A team that's fresh against a team that was forced to play today. Looks like it's Michael Pham that stayed down. He's just onto the field. Doesn't look like a lot of contact, which may be even more worrying for Trinity fans. He's up and going to try and walk this one off. Training staff never came onto the field, so he can stay out there.
So Vanderlee's going to put this one into the box.
Yeah, plenty forward for Trinity. Six to be exact as it's sent into the area towards JC Rule. He's free. And another golden opportunity there, that time for first-year center back JC Rule. He struck against Dallas in the non-conference game early in the season. We'll get a look at this one now. Comes off the shoulder, didn't get...
Yeah, just gets it a bit wrong, doesn't he? Wasn't far away, though.
So an excellent ball from the far side. Vanderlee putting it on the head of JC Rule, who found himself unmarked.
Looks like that injury to Michael Pham is going to have to cause him to come off here.
And again, the longer this game carries on, the further the pendulum swings towards we have to win this game rather than we have to prepare for the weekend. I think it was maybe a 50-50 split in terms of priorities coming into the game, at least at minute 1. And the further this game goes without Trinity leading, we've seen Galan come into the game now. Vanderlee playing more significant minutes. Burns as well.
I think the Galan substitution is to just shore up that back line, because as much as you want to win this game, as I said earlier, I think one goal would be enough to win it. So you just don't want to be giving up that goal.
Here's Golan on the ball. Also led the Tigers in shots and has a couple of goals this season as well. He led the shots against Austin College last Sunday. Can contribute off the set pieces. Tigers go all the way back to Vidalis here. Golan drives forward now, out to Wilbur on the far side. Wilbur, ball into the feet of Moore, dropped back to Golan.
Just about a possession showing the Tigers' confidence on the ball.
Just need to advance this possession higher up the field. They've got the ball into the center circle now. McClure puts it wide for Wilbur. Sprints over to try and get the ball back. Instead, Wilbur brings it forward. Excellent ball into the feet of Mitchell, just trying to hold up the play. That time, though, turned aside by Cody Briggs. Put out for a throw-in for Trinity on the far side. Golan assured in possession there. Goes to J.C. Rule. Vanderlee in some space now. Moore drops it off. Jacob Golan. Dallas very comfortable sitting back, letting Trinity possess close to the halfway line, and they'll be just as comfortable letting shots come in from there. Moore gets that one wildly wrong. It's a Dallas team that's had ups and downs throughout the program history. From 2005 to 2008, they were amongst the best teams in the country, competing as an independent without a conference, and they even culminated that with a 16-4-1 season. Here's Cottaspotty going to have the drive on the left foot, and that could have been it for Trinity. It's another save for Carlin, pushed wide for a corner, finished that point quickly. They made the NCAA tournament in 2008 after a 16-4-1 season, but since joining the SCAC, it's been not so smooth sailing. 38-40-11 since they joined in 2011. 2017 was one of their best years since. They had a win here at Paul McGinley Field in the regular season in that one. Here's a chance for J.C. Rule to make it right after he missed a chance earlier on. Again, though, he puts this one just wide of the post.
Yeah, that one difficult to get enough power on it. It's come in high, not with much pace.
Rule doing everything you're asked to, heading it back where it came from. Keeper would have had no chance had it snuck inside the post, but just didn't get the angle exactly right. Now, the point of bringing up Dallas history is they've been a team of ups and downs. Trinity's been a team of ups since McGinley's taken over. 500 wins this season. He was the fastest ever. As Aguirre gets the header in, it'll be another comfortable save for Vidalis. This year's very much so an anomaly when you look at the overall history of the Trinity program, and now being forced into a quarterfinal, it's an unfamiliar situation, whereas Dallas, they've been here before on the Friday. Vanderlee now brings it forward. Wants to go out wide for Cottaspotty. Didn't get that one right. The Tigers keep possession though. Ethan Moore forward into the feet of Burns. Gets it back. Now it could be in behind for Mitchell. Wait on the pass. Not quite right there for the two juniors to link up. Carlin sends it forward. Golan rises to meet it. 3 in the attack now for Dallas. They look to go the other way. Trevino can't get to that one before it runs out of play. 3/4 of the way through this game. There's no doubt that Trinity is dominated in both possessions and chance creation, but as long as those 2 zeros stay at the top of your screen. It's not what people will remember. Down the line now for Castillo. Back to Fraser Burns. Can he get the service away? Goes towards the end line to Petrus. Puts it behind for a corner.
Good bit of link-up play there. Leads to another corner. I think, again, so many corners. You've got to take advantage of one of them.
There'll be a quick sub before they get this one in.
In for the Tigers, number 13, Philip Dueñas.
Dueñas in for more. And for Dallas, it'll be Nick Upsall. Let's see. That one will have to be held until the next opportunity. This one's sent in towards the near post. Sean Carlin gets the punch in. JC Rule looking to track this one down.
Oh, the Tigers do a brilliant job there of winning the ball back.
Good piece of footwork there from Wilbers. He sends it in towards the back post. Who can apply the finishing touch? Nobody that time. Like you said, though, swarming to win the ball back as soon as you can, and then getting the ball into the box to a dangerous area for a Dallas team that might have got caught in transition.
And it's so important to do when you put as many forward for corners as Trinity does.
Down the line now for Dueñas, just onto the field again. Gets the low, flat service in. And it's out for a throw on the far side. Wilbur drops it off to McClure. He has the one to the right foot. Can he have a strike? Into traffic. Carlin somehow kept an eye on all the way through. Could still fall for the Tigers.
Oh, so unlucky for Trinity that the rebound from the keeper doesn't fall to someone in a white shirt.
That's save number 6 now for Sean Carlin. None of them have been easy. He put his 6 saves up against the 4 saves that Vidalis has had to make. Really no comparison. Out wide now for Dallas, going the other way. Chase Reynolds, dink ball in towards the Petrus. Had the height, but he couldn't rise to meet it ahead of JC Rule. Could fall for Chima Aguirre. And it's a corner kick. Disagreement there between Coach Hoffman and his assistant, Stuart Brown, over whether or not to get the sub in on the corner kick. Eventually they decide to do so. So Nick Upsall enters the fray here as Dallas has a corner kick. Chase Reynolds to take. 4 assists on the season for him. To a dangerous area. Mitchell heads it clear. Vidalis had come for it, but his junior forward headed it clear first. Burns 1-against-1 defending. Does well to stand up to it. Could fall, though, still for Dallas at the edge of the area. Shot comes in. Overhead kick attempt comes in, and it was more of a laugh down to our left from the Dallas bench than anything else, as Carlos Trevino wanted the spectacular. And the end got the laughs. McClure, head up. Plenty of time for the Scottish midfielder to put it over the top, some space, but the offside flag goes up as well. You see the protestations from the Trinity faithful. They were looking right down the line. Had a different opinion than the linesman at the other end.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one back. I wasn't so sure about that.
It's going to be a restart here, taken by Cody Briggs. He sends it into the center circle, met by Rodrigo Castillo. De Petrus loses out to Burns. Castillo now trying to come through on the overlap. Tomas De Petrus uses his lengthy frame well, but he's giving it away here. Mitchell has it, trying to return it to Castillo on the overlap. Again, space for McClure. Can he make them pay? This time goes wide now. Caught a spotty on the left foot. Ball in towards the back post and just lasered it over everybody's head.
Just that ball in has got to be better, hasn't it? That final ball.
Eventually came all the way through for a throw-in on the other end. See the stats in favor of Trinity. But again, it continues to be the storyline that they haven't got one in the back of the net. They're certainly leaving it late if they're going to find a winner here. McClure now, 25 yards from goal, has a shot on the left foot, comes forward, caught a spot. He'll have a shot on the left foot. What a drive it is. Another save from Carlin.
Wow.
He caught all of that one. It was a little bit central maybe for the goalkeeper, but put it out of the danger area well.
Great technique from Kodo Spotty. You see him occasionally bang one in like that in training. He's got that in his locker.
Tigers now resorting to shooting a little bit further away. You don't mind seeing it. Sometimes they just don't take the shots. See what they can create here from the corner kick. Sent a little bit further from goal than they would have liked. Touch from Burns tried to stop the counterattack, but still now it's a one-on-one between Galan and Aguirre. And the Tigers will back their sophomore central defender all the way to the bank there.
Galan's so good at covering those counterattacks. That's why he is in the first team.
Mitchell looking to use his strength here and win this one back off of Vega. And the referee's going to say that he did so illegally. Mitchell can't believe it.
Entering these last 15 minutes, neither team's going to really want to go to extra time. It's just more football you've got to play this weekend.
And we got to balance that with not wanting to give up the goal. You can't stretch yourself too thin. Scollon's made a rare mistake there, and he made up for it with two big challenges in a row. McClure's pass cut out, looking for Wesley Mitchell. Another good roulette move there from Wilbur. He's got it back from Dueñez, goes wide now for Castillo. Wilbur trying to be the driving force for the Tigers offensively. Castillo, can he get around his man? He's unable to do so. But he does grab a corner kick.
There's the corner. Castillo trying to use his pace to get around the outside.
12th corner for the Tigers.
That's quite criminal from the Tigers to have 12 corners and not put at least one of them in the back of the net.
Last one they had a real opportunity. We'll see what they can conjure up this time. Wilbur into a dangerous area. It was Vanderlee closest to it. Still not cleared for Dallas. Eventually DePetris does put it out into touch. Looks like Pham is going to be able to return to the game here for Trinity. It's back in now for Lewis McClure. And for Dallas, their captain, Hunter Hoogland, number 11. He's going to look to spearhead any counterattacks here in the final 14 minutes for the Crusaders. Another throw for Trinity. JC Rule to take once again. Tries to go down the line for Castillo. Wanted to shield it and get to the end line. The ball beat him there. It's going to be a goal kick for the visiting team. 20 shots now, 8 on goal for Trinity. 7 shots, 4 on goal for University of Dallas. Really, so far, player of the game has to go to Sean Carlin, goalkeeper for the Crusaders. 7 saves. Quite a few of those with a high degree of difficulty. He may have to make another one here as Mitchell's driving forward into the box. Can get the shot on the left foot. It's towards Dueñez! And the flag stayed down. The Tigers have the opening goal.
I thought for sure the flag was going to be going up.
Took 70-plus minutes for the Tigers to get the opening goal. Dallas holding strong. Carlin coming up with big saves.
And that's a goal made by Wesley Mitchell. He does brilliantly to get around the outside and put in a great ball, and Dueñez can't miss.
6 goals, 2 assists now for Dueñez on the season. None more important than that tap in with the head. Looks like Dueñez may have managed to stay behind the ball, which would have been why the flag stayed down. We don't have the great look that the linesman would have had, but we'll trust him, won't we?
Trinity aren't going to be too worried about that.
Dallas now are going to have to be forced out of their shell and go and try and create. Their season's on the line. You see, Carlin was certainly appealing for offside, but flag never came up. And Trinity lead. 13 minutes to go in regulation. Duenas puts it in behind from Mitchell. Can he continue to create offensively for the Tigers? He's past his man. He might have been being pulled back there, but either way ends up in the arms of Sean Carlin. Nick Vega was the one defending Mitchell on that occasion.
Yeah, nothing Carlin could have done about that Trinity goal.
Galan wide now to JC Rule. Infield for Pham. Plenty of time for the first-year midfielder. Gets his head up. Brings it forward into the feet of Mitchell. As well, just a hold-up play. Burns into the channel again for Wesley Mitchell. He's all over the place at the moment. Puts the ball across for Duenas again. And the finishing touch just never came. They're going to say...
Not really too sure how that's a goal kick.
Let's see. We'll get a good look at it. It may have come off of Duenas' last. Really tough to tell. If he did, you have to say it's a big miss. Chance to double the lead.
And if it's come off Duenas, it shouts for a penalty.
Vanderlee up to win it. Flicked on by Mitchell. And luckily, that time, Dallas, as the defender taking the goal kick, it was deeper than the back line and can sweep it up. Andrea now on the far side. Caught Spotty's pass. Didn't find Duenas. They weren't on the same wavelength, and now it's going the other way. 2 against 2. Pughlin can beat Galan to it. He can't. Galan's going to try and shield this one. It's got a long way to go to get it out of play. Excellent piece of composed defending there from Galan, but he's giving it away. So runner at the back post is going to have to be dealt with by Castillo. Could still fall for DePetris. Burns gets in the way and wins the free kick. Does well. Tigers immediately get the ball back in play with Castillo. Only 3 forward at the moment in white kits. Good cut inside from Castillo ahead of the slide tackle from DePetris. Pham drops it off to Fraser Burns. Vanderlee back out to Burns. Ball into the feet of Duenas. Gets it under his spell and drops it off to Burns again. Be a sub here as Tigers are going to exchange a forward for a defender.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a switch in the formations. Just a set-up shot.
We'll see how the Tigers choose to line up. Michael Pham with the drop of the shoulder there, going the other way. Can he propel the Tigers to a second goal? Put this one out of reach for the Crusaders. Looks like a back 4 now for Trinity. Vanderlee dropping deeper as well. Ball into the feet of Burns. Just looking to hold it up. He's going to go all the way back to Vidalis. Allow Dallas the luxury of getting out of their own half, at least momentarily. Only 2 of them did so, but they win the ball from Vidalis. McNamara. Wilbur whistled for a free kick there. So as if he didn't stand out already with the afro hairstyle. He's got the neon gloves on. You can see him protesting with open palms. But it'll be a chance for Dallas going the other way. Plenty of bodies forward in the Navy. Chase Reynolds, just a dink ball in towards the edge of the area. Could fall potentially for Crusaders, but it's going to fall on somebody's back garden with a shot like that from Nick Upsall. And we'll see Connor Jones for the first time since the opening 20 minutes. Will be tasked with helping the Tigers see this one out.
Yeah, I think Jones coming in with a bit of fresh legs to help track back in defence. He's known for his pace. He'll help stop that counter-attack.
Could also go the other way, maybe grab the second goal. Caught Spotty still on the field there, taking his time as Vidalis does so as well. Plenty of air underneath that one. McNamara rises to meet it for Dallas. Upsall's ball out wide is cut out by Connor Jones. Vanderlee looking to come forward as well. Not sure what he saw there. It's given away that time to Sean Cullen, the goalkeeper. His punt sent beyond the center circle. Nobody could meet it initially. Eventually Kyle Davis, the substitute, comes through to win it.
Important win there from Vanderlee.
Castillo drops it off to Burns. Looked for the perfectly dinked pass over the top. DePetris, that full stretch, able to turn it away. JC Rule with the ball into the feet of Mitchell. Kyle Davis pass intercepted. Dallas tried to go the other way with the ball towards Hoogland, but he can't control it. Single digits on the clock, 6 minutes and change remain in this quarterfinal matchup of the SCAC Championship Tournament.
Great ball from Vanderlee there.
Cut inside. Castillo looking to create something. Pham immediately there before it could even become a problem to cut it out. Fraser Burns now. No real pressure on him. He saw the pass, but he just couldn't execute it. And it's not the time you really want to be giving the ball away. Plenty of bodies coming forward now for the Crusaders. Connor Jones trying to track back and win it off of Chase Reynolds. Eventually Wilbur's the one that steps in to do so. Good work from the first-year defender there. I think you just have to be smarter with the ball there if you're Trinity. This time, though, Burns measures it well out wide to Castillo. 1-against-1 with Hassan in the corner. It's going to go off of Hassan last. We'll see if it makes it the way over the end line. It does. Corner kick.
Yeah, really experienced there play from Castillo, the junior. Just sucking him in, trying to win the corner, waste a bit of time off the clock.
3 stay back for Trinity. JC Rule, Jacob Galan, and Michael Pham. Protest for time wasting as Wilbur goes to take, as he has done all game. There'll be another in-swinging delivery. This will actually be the 12th corner for Trinity. Can they put this game to bed here? That one, though, doesn't beat the first man.
Big win from Michael Pham.
Here is Pham, though, now in the box. Can get the service away. A low-driven cross towards Wesley Mitchell. I think last off of Mitchell. No, they're going to say another corner kick.
5 minutes, let's go! Let's go, move! Come on, Blue! Finish the game, boys!
Pham and Wilbur in the corner. See if they do go short. Back to Wilbur now to create the space that he wants. Can you wrap the foot around it? Instead, he goes back to JC Rule. Everybody needs to stay on side here. Sent towards the back post. Turns out to be a perfect ball for Connor Jones. Can he create the chance for Kyle Davis? Ball across. Somebody just needed to pull the trigger there. It was an excellent ball in from JC Rule. Found Connor Jones. Created the space for Davis. And freshman year Kyle Davis pulls the trigger there. He wasn't afraid to shoot last year. This year, though, a little bit of a different story. Wanted to play the unselfish role and lay it off for a teammate. Vanderlee wide for JC Rule. Ball in the top. Plenty of running in these last 10 minutes or so for Castillo. He's done well to get on the end of this one, though. Pass to Petris. Can he create the chance for the Tigers? Overlap from Fraser Burns on the back heel. Gets the shot away, and it's off the bar. Good fall for Connor Jones on the follow-up. And what a save from Sean Carlin. Vanderlee at the edge of the area has a drive.
That was a golden chance there for Trinity. How's it not gone in?
Nutmeg here. And the counterattack going the other way. Ball just too much on it. And Vidalis will track it down. We'll see the back heel from Castillo. He's had an excellent 10 minutes. The shot from Burns beat the goalkeeper, didn't beat the crossbar. Connor Jones' shot went all the way back across goal. I think Sean Conlon, not being the quickest, actually served him well there. If he had got all the way across, would have been beaten by the Jones effort. He was still in good position to deal with it. I think his 8th save of the game.
That ball down the right-hand side has been on all the second half.
This time it's Wesley Mitchell in the channel, that time up against Patrick Hassan. He's had a rough go of it since the break.
Trinity now up to 25 shots.
So again, in control. Can't let it slip here. Still only leading by just the one goal from Philip Dueñez. Burns doing well to win the free kick there.
Yeah, expertly done to put his body in between the ball and the player. Invite the pressure.
Wilbur coming across as the clock continues to tick down. Referee eager for Trinity to get this one back underway, as is everyone to our left. They're going to try and keep it in the corner, though. Mitchell, the one you want, both skill-wise and strength-wise. He's won a free kick. That's just what you want from your man in the corner.
Trinity now just seeing this one out. I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's certainly not something you would have seen maybe from Trinity teams of years past that are a little more confident. But with the way the team had to go through struggles this year, they're not going to take anything for granted here as they look to see this one out. 3 in the corner now for Trinity. Mitchell again trying to hold it up. Good move to go inside. And wins a corner kick. Minute and a half to go. Tigers seeing this one out extremely well. All it takes though is one giveaway and Dallas could be in on the counter. Razor sharp focus required in seeing this one out. Wilbur, that time does lose it. A minute to go. Trinity retreats, protecting their 1-goal lead.
1 minute, 1 minute.
The 1-minute call from the PA announcer. And the Tigers are that close. Mitchell has really put himself about in the second half. He's wants a free kick here. He's not going to get it, but regardless, he's done well just to get the clearance away. Clock is stopped here with 49 seconds left. Tiger coaching staff not pleased.
James Stryker, please see the officer on the fly.
They'll be pleased, though, if these final 49 seconds tick down without consequence, without incident.
It's poor from UD just to give the ball back to Trinity there.
Carlin tries to hoof it forward. Burns the only one to meet it. Again, sent clear, but not up the field from Nick Vega. Dallas just seemed a little bit out of ideas. The Tigers just need to get this one clear. 20 seconds left on the clock. What will be an extremely hard-fought win here, as they just look to see it out as they have for the past couple of minutes.
9, 8, 7, 6.
As the clock ticks down, could be one last chance for Chase Reynolds from distance. Vidalis will get one more save to his tally. He does well. He keeps the clean sheet in his return to the lineup. And the Tigers, in the end, do the job. It wasn't easy. They had 25 shots, and they only managed to get one in the back of the net. Dallas put themselves about 4 saves out of Vidalis, but you really felt like it was just a matter of time before Trinity would come up with the goods, and eventually they did, and we'll see them tomorrow against TLU.
Yeah, I said it would be one goal that would be the difference here, and proved to be the case. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have an interview with Coach McGinley and whoever he deems should be talking with us in just a moment. So we'll pause for that, and I'll be right back with you field side for an interview. Again, Tigers take this one 1-0 over the Crusaders, University of Dallas, whose season comes to an end here. They finish at 4-11-1. Congratulations to them on making the tournament this year. This sets up, though, the 2 semifinals that we'll have for you tomorrow on the Tiger Network. Colorado College against Austin College first, and then Texas Lutheran University against Trinity University. That'll be an interesting one for Tiger fans to tune into. We hope to see you then. Again, we'll be right back with you, though, on the Tiger Network for a pitch side interview. Thanks for tuning in today. How was it second field? Was there a 0-0?
I'm talking about in 2 games combined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
2 years ago, 1-0, one was 0-0.
Yep.
Coach, best of luck. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
32. I know. Hey, when you jump in.
Check, check. 1, 2. All right, we're gonna step back here a little bit. All right. We good? Check, check. All right, we're joined pitch side by Coach McGinley. Coach, you described the season altogether as a struggle. Today was another one. Your team came out on top. How are you managed to do it?
Yeah, well, I guess the effort was there right to the very end. When you're in single elimination play, anything can happen, and we saw that again today. But I was really pleased with the way that we persisted for 90, when the chances came about, we took the one that mattered.
Absolutely.
All credit to Wesley and Philip for their work, attached to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking on that, Wes, it was a tough matchup for you, especially a physical one up front, but you managed to get the decisive moment, putting it across for Phil. Can you take us through that moment?
I guess running back, I know we wanted off a header from a goal kick, and then Dre had a wonderful touch to let me through, and I just heard Phil scream for it, so I knew Phil's fast enough, he's good enough, he's going to get there. So just give him a chance, and that's what happened.
So looking ahead now, you got TLU tomorrow. How does your team prepare on such a quick turnaround?
Yeah, we'll get them fed, number one, and then get them in the ice baths, number two, and get ourselves recovered as best we can for tomorrow. But, now we've passed this test, we're just left with what everyone else has to deal with, which is 2-game weekends. And, if you want to advance through to the NCAA tournament and the SCAC final, you have to win, what's in front of you. So Texas Lutheran are in tomorrow, and, we're looking forward to that contest at 1:30.
Absolutely. Best of luck, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, Trinity taking on TLU tomorrow. Colorado College against Austin College. We'll have those for you here on the Tiger Network. Hope to see you then. Thank you.